Welcome to CSEGuru. In this session, we will discuss an example to implement function. So here the example is to print odd or even number using function. Okay. So here this is the normal program without using function. We have implemented the concept to print odd or even number. Now we are going to implement the same program using function. So how we will implement here? Here n is the integer variable we have declared and enter the n value and store with the variable. So here, if n percentage 2 is equal to 0 means print that number is the given number is a even number. Otherwise, print that given number is a odd number. For example, if the n value user given us 10 in the sense, 10 percentage 2. So this percentage represents modulus operator. So 10 modulus 2. So what is the difference between modulus and division operator? Modulus in the sense, what is the remainder that we need to write here? Okay. What is the remainder value that we need to write here? And division operator in the sense, what is the quotient that we need to write here? That is the difference. So 10 modulus 2 in the sense, what is the remainder we will get? That is 0. 0 in the sense, that is an even number. For example, 12 modulus 2 in the sense, what is the remainder we will get? 0. So, if n modulus 2 value is 0 in the sense that given number is a even number. Suppose 13 modulus 2, what is the remainder we will get? That is 1. So, 1 in the sense it is not 0. If the value is 0 in the sense that is a even number. For any other value, we will get that given number is a odd number. So, 13 modulus 2 in the sense remainder is 1. This is a odd number. 5 modulus 2. What is the remainder? 1. 7 modulus 2. Remainder is 1. 51 modulus 2. Remainder is 1. So, likewise need to do the calculation. So, if n modulus 2 value is 0 in the sense the given number is a even number. Otherwise, the given number is a odd number. This is a very simple logic. And if you are considering, this is the logic part. And this logic part we are going to implement as a user-defined function. Okay. We already know there are three elements in user-defined function. One is function declaration or function prototype. Second one is function call. And third one is function definition. In function definition, there are two parts. One is the function header part and another one is function body. So, if you want to implement as a user-defined function, these elements we need to include. So, this function declaration we have to place in global declaration section. What is global declaration? The declaration will be common to the main function as well as to all user-defined function. That is the global declaration part. So, this global declaration section we need to include between the header file section and the main function. So, this portion is nothing but the global declaration part. And here, whatever the global variables we are using and also whatever the user-defined functions we are using, those things we need to declare here. So, this is first element. And the second element if you are considering, that is nothing but function call. So, we already know the only executable function in C programming is nothing but the main function. So, whatever we need to execute, those statements we need to include in main function. So, this function call we need to include within main function. So, this is the second element. And function definition, this is nothing but the user-defined function with the function header part and the function body part. And this we need to write separately like the main function. Okay. So, now we will discuss how we will implement this user-defined function for this program to print odd or even number using these elements. So, here first we need to implement the function prototype or function declaration in the global declaration section. So, here itself we will add. So the user-defined function we will use here is odd even. Okay. So we will add the declaration here, that is void odd even. What is the parameter we are going to pass here? That is n. That is int n. So in function declaration, we have to pass the parameter along with this data type. That is must. Okay. And the function declaration should end with the semicolon. And in the main function, we need to accept the integer value n and store with the variable. And here, we need to implement a function call. So the function name is odd even here. So after this scanf statement, we will call the function odd even and the variable value is n. Once the function is called in the sense, the control will be transferred to the user-defined function. So this logic part we are going to implement as a user-defined function. Okay. In function definition, first part is function header. The function prototype and function header is similar in all respect except the semicolon. In function prototype, we need to add the semicolon. In function header, we should not add semicolon. So we will write as it is this statement. Void odd even int n. This is the parameter we are going to get from the function, main function. Okay. And here it should not end with a semicolon. Then we will implement this logic. And the declaration, if it is required here, we need to place the declaration here. Okay. So what is the extra variable we are going to use? So n is the variable already we have declared along with the data type as a formal parameter. Okay. We have not used any other variables here. So the declaration is not required here. So if n%2 equal to 0 means printf %d is even. Okay. Else printf percentage d here, percentage d is odd. And simply we have to use the return statement. Although we are not going to return any value to the main function, simply we have to place the return statement. Okay. So here, when this function is called, immediately control will be transferred here. It will execute this user-defined function completely, and this code is not required in main function now. Okay. So when this function call is made in the sense, immediately control will be transferred to the user-defined function. Once everything is completed, once it reaches to the return statement, control will be again handed over to the function call itself. Okay. So now control will be transferred here. So here itself it will print either even or odd. Okay. So now the program logic is over. Now simply the main function, it will return the control to the operating system. Okay. So this is nothing but the user-defined function concept. This statement, if you are considering in the sense, this is nothing but function declaration or function prototype. And this statement we have used within main function, and this is nothing but function call. And this whole thing, if you are considering, this is nothing but the user-defined function. Okay, that is function definition. Okay, and this is nothing but, this specific thing is nothing but function header. This one-line statement. Okay, and the remaining whole thing, if we are considering, this is nothing but the function body part. So these are all the elements of user-defined function. In function definition, there are two parts. One is function header and function body. In function body, there are three parts. One is local declaration, then execution part, and then return statement. Since we have not used any other extra variables here, we have not declared anything here. And n we have declared here itself. Okay. So the declaration is not required here. If it is required, we have to declare here. So this is nothing but the elements of user-defined function, and all the programs, the specific functionality we can create like a user-defined function and we can implement separately. Okay. And the function call only we have to made within main function for execution. And here, whatever the error raised within the main function or within the user-defined function, it is very simple to identify and correct. That is the main advantage of function concept. That is the modularity concept. So, if you are considering here, the simple program we have implemented using user-defined function with the help of three elements. One is function declaration, function call, and function definition. So, if you understand this function concept, how to implement this function concept better in the sense, it is easy to write any kind of program using user-defined function. And this helps to write simple program code, and we will gain the advantage of modularity concept. So in this session, we have discussed an example to implement function, that is to print odd or even number. In the next session also, we will discuss one more example to understand better the function concept. Thank you for watching this video.